Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob Restituto, and I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and I have a very special guest today. We have Keith Sorrels here on the channel. Thank you so much, Keith, taking the time to be on the channel, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. It is my pleasure. So, for the people that are not familiar with who you are, can you give a little backstory on who you are? Tell me a little bit about your story. You've quite the repertoire.
I appreciate it, man. No, I'm born and raised in Orange County. Still live in Orange County, Southern California. So just super chill, and I've just been kind of like into music my whole life. My dad was in a bunch of bands like back in the '80s and stuff, and so I just kind of grew up around music. Started with drums when I was a small kid. And then just through that, playing on the worship team at church and stuff.
Oh,
I
cool.
just was like, just always around music, and always in like different bands and stuff. And then just through different people that I knew and different friends I had and stuff, I met Oak, the big man Oak. He's a super amazing bro, and just someone who's really, really just, man, he created a team of producers and signed us all, and like it's just kind of like he's our mentor, and just
Yeah.
super awesome. So through that, he's just brought me into the room to some like awesome sessions, and I'm just so thankful. And that's just kind of how I've built up to where I am today.
So, for the people that aren't familiar, who Oak is, can you give a little bit of backstory on who Oak Fedler, right? Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Felder, yeah.
Felder.
Oak is a producer. He's been in the business for a really long time, but he he's just been killing it, man. I think like he's just one of those producers that like I feel like every time like someone's in the room with him, it's just like he creates just magic. Yeah. It's just like, I'm always learning. I'm just always trying to learn from him, but it's just he's just really special. But he's been killing it recently. He's been doing like pretty much all of Demi stuff since it's been coming out. So Sorry Not Sorry was kind of like the last crazy single that came out. So that was a big one for him, and then also Zaire and Trevor from our production team as well that did that song. So
yeah, I mean, even you though, like even your list of co-productions that you have is pretty wild. I mean, everybody from, like you said, Demi Lovato to Little Mix to Sabrina Carpenter to even John Legend, and Lizzo. You have all these wild like co-productions.
Dude, I know the Sabrina Carpenter and Lizzo stuff was actually I assisted engineering with Oak on that. Was Oak and Trevor and Zaire as well. But yeah, like the other ones like John Legend and Demi. I mean, I'm just so thankful to be able to just like basically Oak just being like, hey man, like you down for today? And it's like, oh, it's John Legend. I'm like, oh shoot, okay. I started as Oak's intern and like assistant engineer like 2.5 years ago, and then recently he just was my mentor and just kind of like, I mean, before I only knew like literally how to make like pop punk music. That was just what I did. And then he brought me in as an engineer, and he was like, oh, you need to learn how to make like pop and R&B music, like let's get this going. And I was like, okay. So he kind of taught me just the nuances of that, and eventually signed me. So I'm just so thankful.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty sick. So I didn't realize he had a record label. Like, is it considered a record label? So what do you consider like signing you to his man? Like, what does that mean? As a manager
or company? So like he created the Orphanage, and then he signs producers to the Orphanage, and he's also considered like a part of the Orphanage. So it's just like a team of guys. And then so whenever we do a song, whatever, like my partner Alex Nice, it's like Alex Nice or Keith 10-4 for the Orphanage. So we're all part of that like umbrella.
More